Now that you have thought about what you want to know about fish, read the story. As you read, think about what you're reading. Then you'll be using Better Reading Rule number 1. You may be able to find the answers to some of the questions you asked about fish. About fish. Fish are animals that live in water. They have eyes and mouths, as other animals have, but in place of noses, they have gills. Gills work better underwater than noses. Fish do not have arms and legs, but they do have things that help them swim in water. These things are called fins. Fish may have fins in different places on their bodies. They may have tail fins, back fins, or head fins. All of these fins help fish swim so that they can find food. Fins also help fish get away from other fish that might eat them. Today, men know of many hundreds of different kinds of fish. There are big fish and small fish. Some big fish eat small fish, but other big fish eat only plants and insects. Some small fish eat other fish that are 2 times their own size. There were fish long before there were people. One of these kinds of fish that lived so long ago was 5 times as long as a man. Fish are found in lakes, rivers, seas, ponds, and oceans. Some kinds can live only in the waters of the deep oceans. Others live only in a lake or river water. The salmon is different. It lives part of its life in each kind of water. There are fish of almost every color. Some kinds of fish can even change their color when they are mad. Other kinds can change their color when they want to look like whatever they are near in the water. Fish that are the same kind do not have to be the same color. Did you know that goldfish can be gold, red, orange, black, or white? The many kinds of fish are different from each other in some ways. But all fish are alike in some ways too. They live in water. They use their mouths and gills when they breathe, and they usually have fins to help them swim. Did you use Better Reading Rule number 1 as you read the story? Did you think about what you were reading? If you did, you'll be able to answer these questions. How do fish breathe? How do fish swim? What do some fish eat? Are all fish small? Are all fish the same color? Things you wanted to know. Before you read the story about fish, you thought of questions to ask. What were some of the questions that you asked? What answers did you find? You should have been able to find the answers to some of the questions if you thought about what you were reading. A new rule. Suppose someone asked you questions about the 2 stories you've read so far. Would you be able to tell about the stories? Think of what you would have to do before you could tell about the 2 stories. You would have to remember what the stories were about. It helps to think about the story just as soon as you have finished it. Better Reading Rule number 3 tells you to do this.